Let's get this joint going. Let's go. What's up with y'all? Let me also put up my what's it called so I can see the chats. It's loading up. Oof. All right, it's perfect. Well, what's up with y'all, man? We got a lot of stuff to talk about regarding the Cleveland Cavaliers. Because unfortunately, the Cavs has been playing a little sloppy. And I do see some people panicking. I don't know if it's time to panic, but it is definitely time for us to talk about them. And especially when we got to talk about if the Cleveland Cavaliers even need to trade for a guard or such too. And for anybody, and also, what's up, y'all? It's Relly, y'all. Back with another video, another live. You know, it's been a while since I posted a video. It's because I've been busy, had a couple of job interviews and such, and I just have not had the time to truly post a video. Had time to watch the games, just not enough time to just post them out, edit them out. And by the time I tried to, it just I don't know, I just feel like it wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't post. Now I'm gonna try to get those videos out for this month. You get what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff to talk about regarding these games. Every game it is, and then of course I gotta get a little bit more consistent when it comes to my TikTok. But we're gonna get there. Now, in terms of the Cleveland Cavaliers, it's a lot of things to talk about. And what's up with you, sports official, man? Long time no see. We got to talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers because there's a lot of things they do wrong right now. Offensively, they're sloppy right now, and offensively, we always kind of question them a little bit, but now it's a little worse. You feel what I'm saying? Go Cavs. You feel what I'm saying? Because Cavs gonna get it back. Cavs is gonna get it back together. They just, I don't know. Now for people panicking, because a lot of people, anybody that's been watching those like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever social media site that has like has some type of Cleveland fan base or any type of group chat with Cleveland, you probably realize how much of the Cleveland Cavalier fans is panicking a little bit. I can understand why. A lot of people saying questioning Isaac Okoro. Like I just had one of the people I typically do Cavs chat with say, maybe it's time to say that Isaac Okoro does not have that type of potential offensively, which I just do not think that's true. And then, of course, it's then those people who are being very aggressive in terms of, like, we have to sign another player in the offseason. Well, not in the offseason, but during this buyout market, you know what I'm saying? And to be honest, I don't feel like there's a lot of names out there for us to sign. Like, I just don't think that opportunity has presented itself. And I think right now, we would have to get lucky in terms of one of those other teams buying out a player. I just don't think that's happening at this current moment. Now, and I agree with you, sports official. I do believe, I don't believe, Isaac Okoro is an amazing defender. Yes, he's not the best offensive player, but we knew that coming in. But I would say that Isaac Okoro has been a lot more confident this season. He had a very rough start in the beginning of the season, but I think he is gradually getting into it. But I just think people just panicking just a little too fast. And do you still think trading Sexton for injury-prone LeVert is still a good idea? No. And I'm glad we didn't trade Caris LeVert for Colin Sexton. That's why later, if you notice those later videos I made regarding that, I did mention that I was a little shaky in terms of trading for Caris LeVert because of that. Especially with Colin Sexton. Yes. I do understand that I still have my skepticism when it comes to both players, but more so Colin Sexton because that's the one I watched the most, But I think from a complete package, you have to worry about Caris LeVert a little bit. Luckily, I don't think this injury that he's out is that big a deal. I think it's more so a resting protocol than it is him truly being hurt. But we're going to see as the weeks go by because I think it was 2 to 4 weeks, right? So we just got to give that more time because right now we need as many offensive players as we can get right now. I feel like we're terrible in fourth quarters. And I do believe that as of right now, the team is just not looking how we know our Cavs can be. Now, what do y'all think that is the issue? Why do you think that is? It could be a large variety of things. A lot of people say we need another guard. A lot of people might say Isaac Okoro is not a good offensive player. Some might say Darius Garland is not who we thought he was going to be. Whatever reason it is, I think we just need to see this out. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers has been consistently good so far. I think we just need to chill out, relax, and let that go the way it's going to go. You know, because we're going to make the playoffs. We're just having a little rough start after the All-Star break, you know. But also, I don't think I said what's up with you, Kenneth Smith. What's up with you, Brody? But yeah, and then there's some other things I really wanted to talk about. Like, would y'all even, like, so even with Colin Sexton, and that's really what I was going, like, even with Colin Sexton, I do understand that this would be a situation where Colin Sexton is definitely missed. But we'll see. How do you think Caris LeVert game in CLE is so far? I also think he is a good fit. Personally, I think Caris LeVert game is good. Now, in terms of fit, I would say him coming off the bench is different. It's really different. But I understand it. Which is where I can't really answer the question, is he a fit? Because I just don't feel like we have enough information to truly say that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't think we have enough games seen to really make that judgment right now. Now, what I will say is, I do think offensively they will be cohesive. Defensively, that's going to be something to see. But offensively, I think they will be cohesive. They're starting games too relaxed and thinking they can always come back no matter the deficit is not true, but that's what is happening, and I agree with you 100%. I really do agree with that. Me personally, that's why I think the Cleveland Cavaliers gets a little sloppy. They almost play like they already won a championship, which is a terrible mindset to have when you haven't won a championship, nor has been in the playoffs. The aggressiveness we've seen early on in the season, I don't see it right now. Now, am I panicking? Absolutely not. I just don't think, nor agree with a lot of people saying, you know, the Cleveland Cavaliers is in a weird situation. I don't agree with that. But I do believe that the Cleveland Cavaliers is going to get it together. Which is once again why I just think, you know, we gotta chill. We really do gotta relax. We gotta relax. Let me also check something here. Also too, I am gonna have some videos out too eventually. That's the most important thing, because I know people like, man, are you gonna drop? Like, Lord have mercy. I am gonna drop. It just, the time has not worked in my favor. But we're gonna get that back. We're gonna get that back going. Let's see here. Damn, I low-key missed a comment. Where do you think the Cavs will be in a few years, like O'Brien contention or not? Now, personally, I think if we stay healthy, and that's the big what if the Cavs can stay healthy and the chemistry continues to rise, I think we could potentially strive for O'Brien contention. The problem is the East is very strong, and it may be very, very strong for the next 2 to 3 years, so we have to get our stuff together. You know what I mean? And right now, health is just not playing in our favor once again. And like Kenneth Smith just said, There were also down 4 guards. That's hard to overcome. It's really hard for like the Cavs is really like the Cavs has not truly gotten the best case scenario, and you can tell. And it's like keep hitting as it keep hitting as it keep hitting as, and it is taking some of the momentum now. I'm not using that as an excuse because still they have shown that they are good enough to strive for greatness. But unfortunately, they're not capitalizing on teams they have no business losing, like Detroit. They had no business losing to Detroit, yet they play that same old, like it's somehow like they just forget how to play defense. They give up so many threes, 1,001 threes, and it's unacceptable. Because honestly, if this was any other team and I was watching two teams that I'm not a fan of, I would be upset because it's like, why are you giving up so many threes, right? And then, like you said, like Kenneth Smith said, like, when you're that close, like in first quarters, like we play so weird, right? We play so weird in the first and second quarter that then in the third and fourth, we're always playing catch up against teams that we got no business being losing to, right? And yes, sometimes we do be catching all the way back up and winning, but you shouldn't be putting yourself in that situation, which is where I might have to say that we may need another veteran, we may need another veteran. I don't know what position that veteran should be, but I think we might need another player, another older guy to help guide these guys during the stretch, because there's no reason why we should be struggling at the times we struggling. And Derby gaming, I do it that's why I'm kind of in the middle, because I don't think we're in trouble, but at the same time I do think we are in conscious territory, because if we keep tweaking like this, keep acting like this, we could very well either A, lose a spot, or B, be in a situation where we play in catch up, which we should not be because of how well we've played in the first half of the playoff. We're melting right now. Now, am I panicking? Absolutely not, because I do think JB Bickerstaff is going to get this team back and right. And I do believe once we get Caris LeVert back and the pieces back, we should be okay. The chemistry. But I do not think that we should strain, because right now Cleveland actually has one of the easiest schedules down the stretch, which is why I'm like, it's like, what I'm saying? Like, it's certain games we should not be struggling against. It's just, we should be cool. It should be cool selling. Like, it's certain teams we should not have been losing to. Honestly, we should have beat Charlotte. We should have beat Detroit. Unfortunately, we struggled with both teams and we lost. Is that acceptable? Absolutely not. What they must do is, like I said before, they have to get their mindset back into the game, because they need to understand that they're losing games to teams they have no business losing to, because they're just that much better than them, but they're not acting like it. And that's where I got to go back to what Kenneth is saying. Like, they just acting like they're that juice. You haven't earned that. You haven't proved that yet. And then buzzer beater, the team just looks like they're not wanting to be there. JB talked about it, and I have doubt that they will bounce back. Personally, I can't even really. I agree with that. They don't look like they want to contend, but I do think JB Bickerstaff is going to get it right. Oh, you said you don't have no doubt. Yeah, okay. Yeah, almost misread that. I had to look at that again. But yeah, I do think they're going to bounce back. They are going to bounce back. It's going to be cool. And matter of fact, this might be the best case scenario for the Cavs, because they realize in their minds that they're losing games they got no business losing to. Like, this team is a really good team. Like, and I know I'm a Cleveland fan. I know I got my Cleveland, blanket, but Cleveland have no business losing to Detroit, the Hornets. They're amazing. They're building their team up. Don't get me wrong, but they're just not good enough or better than the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're not. And you said who should start next year, LeVert or Colin Sexton? But I think I think they might bench both of them, because Sexton can play point guard along with LeVert at the 2 or 3. Honestly, I wouldn't want Colin Sexton ever playing the point guard, or at least not a traditional point, because, I wouldn't really want Colin Sexton to run a point guard unless you're in a situation where you have four players on the court that's just not scorers. You get what I'm saying? So if you had, for whatever reason, you had Isaac Kerr on at the 2, and let's say Lamar Stevens at the 3, and then you had Evan Mobley at the 4, and then Jared Allen at the 5. Four players are not really like aggressive to score. Then you can get away with Colin Sexton at the 1 because he's gonna do majority of the scoring. You get what I'm saying? Like he's gonna be the initiator, and they're gonna open up for him. You know. But if you're on the court and you put him at the point guard, and you have Darius Garland there, and then you got Jetty Osman at the small forward, and then you got Kevin Love at the 5, and then I don't know. Yeah, just keep Jared Allen there. I don't think that's gonna work with him at the point guard because it's not gonna be right. And I just feel like you don't want to compromise Colin Sexton's game too much, because I know somebody could argue that you can still have that team efficient passing mechanic with Colin Sexton at the 1, but I just don't think that's truly Colin Sexton's game to do that for 48 pure minutes. You know what I'm saying? I think that is taking a little bit of what makes Colin Sexton special. Colin Sexton's a scorer. He's not a passer. Yes, I want him to get better in terms of his decision making on the pass, but that doesn't mean he has to be a CP3 level passer to be a good player. He can be a Don, he can be a Kyrie, he can be a Dame, who are not phenomenal passers, but they are good enough to where they put so much attention on their passing ability where they become more efficient scorers. And then what do you have against Colin Sexton? He scored a lot because we didn't have anyone else. And personally, I don't have anything against Colin Sexton. And I think that's probably the biggest misconception. And I'm glad you asked that too. That is the biggest misconception of me on Colin Sexton, because personally, Colin Sexton is a really good scorer. He is a good scorer. But it is things that he just do not do well, right? And it's noticeable when he is the only one on the court, you know? And yes, this is the best Cleveland team we've seen since departure of LeBron James. I absolutely agree. And Colin Sexton has not had phenomenal rotations, but you cannot say that when we've seen great point guards that Cleveland has had who has not had great teams, like Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving had a piss poor team too, but the impact he had as a scorer was totally different than the impact Colin Sexton had, and neither one of them were phenomenal passers. And that's the point I'm getting at. Like, Kyrie Irving has CJ Miles. You feel what I'm saying? Alonzo G. Tristan Thompson. That's not a good team either. Arguably, you can say it was worse than the teams Colin Sexton has had. Yet you never question Kyrie Irving passing mechanic. You know what I'm saying? Like, and don't get me wrong. Like, we've never ever said Kyrie Irving was a passer either, but he did it just enough at the right times to where we just shut up and watched him play. And that's what I want Colin Sexton to get at, because I'm not disrespecting. I think we all know the potential of Colin Sexton is there, but it's obvious things he has to improve on. Like Darius Garland, y'all know I really love Darius Garland, but it's things he has to improve on too. He has to get better on his decision making on which shot is needed in closing moments. Like Darius Garland, at times he shoots shots that he don't need. Like early on when we played the Washington Wizards, he settled for a 3-point shot when all we needed was a 2. And knowing how the refs calls fraudulent calls, he would have got the foul too. The next game, what did Darius Garland do? He realized that the game he messed up on, he went to the paint, got the foul, and we closed out the game. You don't have to make certain situations harder than what they have to be. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's no disrespect to Colin Sexton. It's just legitimate criticism that will make him better, because he has potential. Like you might not know me to that extent, but the way I talk about Kyle Lowry is nowhere near. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you ask my friends who see me and hear me every day, like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a Colin Sexton hater. You know what I mean? Like, that's the best way to explain it. How was Kyrie different? The Cavaliers was horrible, just like Kyrie. Like, well, I'm assuming you didn't you wrote that before I even made the comment, but like I said before. Like I said, Kyrie team, I said his team was terrible, yet his team was closer to that contention because of the small decisions he made, which, and very similar to Colin, Kyrie Irving was a scorer. The only difference is Kyrie Irving knew when he needed to pass the rock. You know, like, he was still aggressive. Like that never changed. But it was strategic. Very strategic. Wasn't a CP3 level passer, don't get me wrong, but he was strategic. And that's all I asked of him. You know? But I will say we probably do miss Colin Sexton right about now, for sure. I know we missed that boy. Let's see. Kenny Smith. We also got a lot of stuff to talk about in turn. Oh, let's see. Do you think Evan Mobley will win Rookie of the Year? I think Evan Mobley will win Rookie of the Year. And I do think, but for sure, Darius Garland should win Most Improved Player of the Year. And I do believe JB Bickerstaff, if we finish strong, should be considered Coach of the Year. But I do believe, like, Darius Garland, he has to win Most Improved Player. He has to. He has to. He went from a player where people were saying, we got to trade him, to literally an all-star. A legitimate all-star on a team who can very well make the NBA playoffs. He has to. Evan Mobley, I think some weird stuff might happen, even though I do think he should be Rookie of the Year. Or have more serious talk to be a definite Rookie of the Year. But I can just see them just being a little weird. Kenneth Smith, you said, we have a big difference in memory of Kyrie. I wish I remembered your way. Yeah, probably. We definitely have a difference for sure. Because the Kyrie Irving I watched with Deion Waiters, Tristan Thompson, CJ Miles, Alonzo G, it was definitely a different team. Because the Cavs I seen with them, Kyrie Irving, he knew when to pass. He was a really great scorer, a really good scorer that knew when he had to give up the ball. But at the same time, he knew when he had to be aggressive too. And don't get me wrong, he didn't have a lot of weapons either. Like, Kyrie didn't have a lot of, as much as I like Deion Waiters was always into something. And CJ Miles and Alonzo G, they wasn't really of a good supporting cast for Kyrie Irving. Let's see. I feel like we still haven't touched on what the Cavs might have to do. Right, and I'm actually going to put a poll up because I'm curious. I'm extremely curious about if y'all think, or what do we need. So I'm going to ask y'all, what let's see here. All right. Put that poll up. You said, let's see. If the Cavs make a big move in free agency, what do you think they might sign, even though they might not go after anyone? Personally, if they make a big move in free agency, if we taken out a possibility of a trade, I don't think it's going to be because I don't think it's going to be this season. I think this season it's not a lot of free agents the Cavs might want to go after. it's, taking away that trade thing. I think if Cavs is going to be aggressive in the free agency market, it's going to be in the 2023 free agency where a lot of big names and a lot of average names is going to be in the market. It's going to be a lot of accessible players. 2023 and 2024, there's going to be some players. So I think they're going to wait just a little bit just to make a good decision or have their option open. Yes, they have many problems starting with Garland and a lack of passing since he's becoming an all-star. Yeah, I think I do agree with that. The only move the Cavs have is to get it. Kenneth Smith, I'm not gonna lie. I think you might have to send that one more time because what you just said is an absolute fact. It's an absolute fact because the Cavs, because honestly, this is kind of why, like, if you heard the beginning of the video, which a lot of y'all probably have, I said I'm not really worried. That's really what I'm getting at. Like, health is really what's killing the momentum. I think if once Garland heals up from the bat, which is probably still lingering, I think it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be different. It's going to be drastically different. It's going to be the Cavs we should be seeing currently. You think the All-Star gave him a big head? I really can't even say anything to that. Like, that very well could be. That very well could be. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. And I honestly want to see. I'm gonna keep that poll up because I'm really curious to what position y'all think. What position we need. So make sure y'all vote on that. Make sure y'all vote on that because honestly, when we talk about, and also too, to go back on that free agent question, I think it would be important for us to look at small forwards. Even if we can get them on a budget, like I think a player like a Terrence Ross, even though you can argue that he's probably best at the 2, but I think you can flex Terrence Ross at the small forward. But we do need a decent sized small forward. Don't get me wrong. I think we do need somebody with a little bit of height. I don't think Jetty Osman, because honestly, I want to know how y'all feel about Jetty Osman before I say what I want to say, because I do think Jetty Osman could be likely to be shopped. Doesn't mean he's going to be traded. But I do think we need a small forward, or we need to experiment at somebody at the 4. Well, we're doing that with Lauri Markkanen. But I don't know if he's going to be that long-term. But what y'all think? Y'all think Lauri Markkanen is long-term small forward? You think we should look at another small forward? Or do you think we need to have a better backup small forward so Lauri Markkanen can get some good rest? What y'all think down in the comments? Because really, that might be the misconception for me. You think he's not the future small forward? Jetty isn't? All right. That's fair. Because I don't know. I think Jetty Osman could be a very productive player too. I just don't know if he's going to be that on the Cavs. I don't know if the Cavs is... I don't know. Because he is technically playing better this season. But I don't know if we get a Jetty Osman we thought we was going to get at this point, maybe. Because Jetty Osman do be having his moments where he play out of body, but then he has his moments where it's like, oh my God, Jetty, why are you playing this way? And it's kind of weird, to say the least. But it's just Let's get it going. And also, I'm going to have some videos. Let's see here. Because let's see. I think the Cavs play I think tomorrow, don't they? Against who? They play the Sixers tomorrow. So, definitely expect a video out Saturday this time. This time, definitely expect a video Saturday. And yeah, expect a video Saturday and then Monday as well. I think that'd be great. That'd be really great. Really, really great. I think I can accommodate that for y'all. Because y'all deserve it. Y'all really do deserve the content, you know. Truly do. And I'm going to get that joint out there one way or another. Let's see the polls. We got 25% with the point guard, 75% agreeing with the small forwards. And I'm going to leave that poll up there. Kenneth Smith, you say you can't answer. I want the team healthy for a full season to actually see how the parts work together long term. But how long are you willing to wait for that? Like, and that's a serious question. Like, I'm not even trying to be snarky, but like sincerely, like how long do you think is enough time to wait for that answer? Because I hear a lot of people say that, and I have no problem with that because it's fair, you know. Like, because I've always said too early on that Cleveland don't have enough patience, right? And Cleveland is right now is showing patience. And I really want to ask y'all, like, what do you think at this point? What is the timetable for the Cleveland Cavaliers? And I think that's truly the question. Like, what is the answer? Like, what is that for the Cavs? What does that look like? What does that duration look like? You know? And I think that's really the $1 million question. And you said 1 to 2 years with this team. I guess that would be fair because then that's probably the timetable where Darius Garland would potentially get his extension. We know if we extended Colin Sexton, and we would have Kevin Love off this current contract. You know what I mean? So I guess we would have a lot of answers regarding like what we do in those situations. So I guess that is fair. I guess that do make sense. I have no slander to that. And if y'all are new to the channel, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? We about to get that content going. Also, down in the description box, you can follow me on Instagram to stay updated on regards of the videos I will post, when I will post, what the ideas I have for my channel, and etc. Also, you can follow me on TikTok, where I will be posting some content really soon, as well on my channel here. I thank y'all for watching. You know, I just feel like I had to get out here because it's been a while since we talked about the Cleveland Cavaliers on this channel. And I feel like we have a lot of stuff to talk about, which is why those videos I'm going to post is probably going to be like 9 to 10 minutes long. You know, it's going to be some longer ended videos for sure. Don't get me wrong. And then also I'm going to get my computer back so I can also make some even longer content, particularly the podcast videos. And we're going to see how that goes. Like, of course, I'm probably going to do those once a week, but I'm going to probably break it up. So, you know, for people who it's just like the full podcast wasn't an easy watch, I drop it in smaller sections to make it easier. And I think that's going to be the game plan. I think that's going to be the situation for us. So we know. The Cleveland Cavaliers is a very interesting team, man. The Cleveland Cavaliers got a lot of answers. A lot of true answers right here. But I think we're still in good shape. I think we're not in a position to panic. I think we're going to be fine. We're going to be truly fine. Truly fine. We just got to give it some time. Like, and it just looks a little tough because of how the situation is, but we're going to get it together. We are going to get it together. Yes, sir. Is there anything y'all want to talk about? Like, what's up with y'all? Okay. Anything y'all want to talk about? You said, how many games do you think you've watched this year? What's up with you, Brody? How many games I've watched? I watched almost all of them, essentially all of them, honestly, because even if I didn't watch them immediately, I'll probably replay them a couple times. Especially if I knew I was gonna watch it, or if I was gonna make a video. Because I had a tendency, especially early on when I had a lot more free time. I would probably get up like maybe 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I would watch those games over and over and over. So it would take me a pretty, decent time because, like I said, I had a lot of free time. I had a lot of free time, and I still find a way to make some time to watch those games if I didn't watch them up front. But I watched like literally every game, And thank you, Sam, bro. I appreciate you. But yeah, like I watched like a good portion of games like that, and I really did that. That's why I stopped talking about other content really, so I can double down on the Cavs content. It was like easier to watch to me. I'm from Cleveland, so it was like, you know what? Let's make this simple on me. You get what I'm saying? And I watch basketball. I still watch other games too, but for me, Cavs games just always came first. Thank you, Sam, bro. That's much appreciated for real. Like you don't understand how much that means. Like just to know my channel is expanding like that. That means a lot. As a fan of the teams in Cleveland, losing for weird reasons is a part of the package at least. Yeah, that once again, Kenneth, that's that's how I know you a Cavs fan, a true Cavs fan. Because I know, like the only way you can understand that is if you're a Cavs fan or if you're from Cleveland. Like, we are the only city I know that literally celebrated the Browns for being 0-16. We had a 0-16 parade, and I'm not huge on football, but it's like that is how loyal Cleveland is for our sports teams. Like we love our sports teams. We will die for our sports teams, even if we're losing. Because yes, it's tough, but it means so much more once we win. Because it's like, man, we've been through so much garbage to when we finally get some success. It's like, yeah. Y'all gonna know about this. You get what I'm saying? And this is why that when we won the NBA championship, I think that meant so much to Cleveland fans, true Cavs fans, true Cleveland fans. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, wow, we really got that out the mud. And it was organic. Honestly, like it was really organic, and that's why we also feel a little cheated too, because we really should have too. Arguably the first year and the second year, and honestly, we could have won it the third year had Kevin Durant not made the decision he made. But that's another argument for another day. He said, I watch way more football, but I know some about basketball. Yeah, I love basketball because I played basketball. And I just loved it. I loved it. Now, football, I just feel like for me, it's a little too slow for me. I've tried it. And a lot of that's probably because I never played football for a team, technically. Well, for like high school, college, you know what I'm saying, for that level. With basketball, I played a little bit in high school. Now, was I solid? You know what I'm saying? But it was like the view I seen it from, it was a little different to where, my perspective was different. And I think that's because of, me not playing a lot. But it was enough to where I just fell in love with basketball. I just loved the game planning. I loved the decision making. I loved how you can literally work hard to essentially be the star of the team or be a role player of the team, or just the camaraderie of being around the team and the coaches and stuff. Because it's like, at the end of the day, basketball is a family. And I think you can say that with any sport. It's just a family. But for me, the family orientation of it stuck out with me from basketball. Basketball is the only sport where I know you can be flashy, you can be talkative, you can talk smack, you can do this, you can do that. Like, you can literally be who you are playing basketball, and there's no issue. Like, your personality literally comes out while you're playing basketball. Like Kawhi, like his quiet nature really comes out. He's so traditional and modern, just boom, that you like, it just speaks volumes. Like, you can really No, like, like that's the only way I can explain. Like, you can just really just pop out. You know what I mean? I see here 9 votes in. We got 56% on small forwards, 11% on shooting guards, 33% on point guards. For anybody who picked point guards or small forwards, who are players that you think the Cleveland Cavaliers should aim for? Anybody. I'm just curious. I just really want to know what the caliber of player y'all would be potentially aiming for the Cleveland Cavaliers, or who you think would fit. Because I think it really, because, you know, we can sign all the players in the world, but will it be a cohesive fit? You know what I mean? So yeah, I want to know. I want to know how y'all feel about this. Like, who is y'all guys? Who do y'all think would help the Cleveland Cavaliers and not be too disruptive, but be an answer to the problem we're having right now? What y'all think? Let me know down in the comments. I want to see that. Let's see here. I'm really surprised. I don't see any names out here for anybody who picked point guard or small forward. What are some names out there? And also, too, now we have 60% on the small forwards, 30% at the point guard. So, yeah, I really just want to know some of those players. Because for me, I think a small forward would be ideal. I think Terrence Ross would be kind of great. Buddy Hield, even though he's not a traditional small forward. You say Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder would be nice. Jay Crowder would be a nice little player to have at the small forward position, because you can like literally flex him at the power forward or the small forward. So that's fair. Brings you a little defensive mentality. Give you a player who can potentially give you a catch and shoot option. That's fair. For some reason, I can't think of a small forward that we can get. I really wanted Cam Reddish, as a lot of y'all know. I think Cam Reddish, I just think Cam Reddish is destined to be the star, and New York is really not rocking with bro. Like, they really are not gonna let that man play. Like, I mean, they be letting him play, but it's like, for what his potential had, like, he has a lot of potential, yet they are really not trying to give him some serious tick, and I think that's a problem. Like, you borderline killing that boy's confidence, because it's like, y'all really don't believe in bro. And I think that's just weird when y'all traded for him. Like, y'all might as well just kept Kevin Knox, because y'all gonna have to pay him, and I believe it's this season. So, and the Knicks is struggling. It's like, man, you don't put that boy on the floor. Jay Crowder didn't like Cleveland. We had him, and he couldn't get out of here fast enough. That's true. That's true. That's really true. I have no rebuttal to that either. That's very true. And I just realized your name was called Channel 9 too. I like that name. I like that. That's clever. That's creative. That is creative. Let's see here. Question for anybody. Y'all like the little borders on here? You think it's weird? Let me know. We do need a healthy Darius Garland, because I think his bag's still bothering him. What's up with you, Brody? What's up with you, B Skrill? What's up with your man? What's up with your man? You feel what I'm saying? I'm just asking everybody, what's some players, also both too, but just asking them, like, what's some players, like, for people who pick point guard and small forward, what are some names that the Cleveland Cavaliers should be trying to acquire? Like, which are some names that you think would fit on the Cleveland Cavaliers? And I agree with Kenneth and Channel 9 that we do need a healthy backcourt. We need a healthy Darius Garland and a healthy Caris LeVert. And personally, we could truly use Colin Sexton right about now. Colin Sexton could be utilized right now, because we are slacking on the offensive end. Our defense is pretty good when we're not forgetting that we haven't won a championship, but for the most part, our defense is spectacular. It's just that offense is just piss poor at times. You say you chilling? That's what's up. And I hit my foot. Ouch. Why is our defense so bad recently when it was so good earlier this season? That's because like people stated in the comments earlier, I think it's just their mentality right now. They're just forgetting who they are, because they have really great defensive tendencies. They have very great defensive, like they have one of the better defensive coaches in the league in JB Bickerstaff. Yet I know for a fact that this is not the defensive game plan he's been producing, which is what's making me feel like the Cleveland Cavaliers, either they're tired or they just, I don't know, something just clicked. Like somebody just told them they couldn't do, like, and I really think it's just because of maybe just being tired, and it's just like people stated earlier, the health, it just messing people up. Like I don't think people got enough time to really mix right now, but I don't know. Thanks, bro. Love thank you, Brody, man. I'm not thank you, Brody. We got some content soon. Today's Thursday. Definitely expect some content, like a legitimate video Saturday, Monday. I'm gonna try to go live again during the game, or no, I'm probably gonna do a post game live. We can talk about the Cavs. It's gonna be late, but hopefully we can get it rocking. I will say I play some music during the live, but knowing how YouTube be hitting me with the demonetizations and stuff so fast, I might chill out on that. I'm gonna find something. We gonna have to make it poppin', some type of engagement, but we gonna get it going. And also, if y'all haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, because we are on the ground to 2,000 subscribers, thanks to y'all. And we're trying to tell this YouTube algorithm to share this video with the world, which is also why I want you to like this video. If you like TikTok, follow me down. Follow me on TikTok down in the description box below. You get what I'm saying? Instagram, of course, that's where I usually communicate with y'all. People communicate with me. We can get a little bit more informal, especially how YouTube is, because YouTube, you can't truly comment the way you want to, because they will not hesitate to blacklist your comment, and then I can't see it. Even if I try, like I've tried everything, they won't keep that comment there. And I think it's because of the new bullying hate kind of like guidelines. So they just, it's keywords and they get it up out of there. So if y'all really want to talk to me, IG is the place to go on Relly All NBA. That's all in the description box below. That's also on my homepage on those individual links. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, the reason why a lot of content hasn't been posted in the past 5 days is because I've been having job interviews and stuff, and all this stuff has been making me really, really tired. And when I've had the time, like I've been able to watch the games, just not had enough time to really edit the videos how I want them to. And I'm not going to say the video's not burning me out. It's just everything else is burning me out right now, because it's stripping away the time I would naturally have, which is no excuse. Don't get me wrong, but we gonna get it back together. Kenneth, once again, you said the All-Star game being in Cleveland is also part of the problem. The team rest was lost, so to commitments for hosting the game in our city, they are tired. And I do believe that the Cleveland Cavaliers are tired. Like, I don't know, to me, they do look a little sluggish. They are just exhausted. The party got to them, the alcohol got to them, the smoking got to them, some got to them, and they just need to rest. And I think the Cavs, low-key, I think that's why the Cavs did that with Garland and Caris LeVert. I don't think Caris LeVert is truly hurt. That's speculation. Not saying that's a fact. Speculation on my part. And we do know Darius Garland was actually hurt, because we know it's multiple games where we can account for Darius Garland just holding his back and they took him out. Particularly, if I'm not mistaken, at the Pacers game a while ago. And one of the earlier Detroit games where we choked, where he was just holding that back. And we cannot afford another injury, which is why I think they're going to closely monitor that, because they have to. Like, we've already lost a lot of players. It's always 2 to 4 weeks with us, 2 to 4 weeks with us, like we get hit with that so consistently. It's like us eating Starburst, you know what I'm saying? So they're gonna be close to that, because they know Darius Garland is he's needed. He's a very huge asset to the Cleveland Cavaliers. He helps this team go. Rondo is there to help Darius Garland. But obviously Rondo is not Ricky Rubio, so he's very great at playmaking, but offensively he's just not there, so he doesn't give us as much leeway. So we got to get it together. China, I'm not too worried. They're a little rusty after the break. Laurie coming back after 4 to 5 weeks. Once they get back on the court, injuries heal, we'll be back strong, and I agree with you 100% on that too as well. I do believe that we just had injuries at the wrong time. Like Laurie Markin, like you said, we missed him for 4 to 5 weeks, then made a trade, and Caris LeVert played a couple games, and he was out. He's out for 2 to 4 weeks, and we missed Rondo for a couple games, and then Darius Garland was blase. So it was always some weird stuff happening. And I do not know why the comments just came out so fast like that. You know what I'm saying? It's almost scary how they just did that just casually normally. But, it's just a lot. It is a lot. Let's see here. And y'all will probably be the first to know that content is on the way. I assure y'all, content is definitely on the way. It's on the way. It is on the way. On Channel 9. That's how I know you from Cleveland with that name, man. Channel 9. On 19 Action News. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. The Cleveland Cavaliers, my lovely Cleveland Cavaliers, has to get it together. And we're going to get it together. Also, if you're new here, also make sure to hit the subscribe button, of course, but also to vote on that poll. So I'm just curious to where y'all stand on this. Like, what position do y'all think the Cleveland Cavaliers need? And I'm gonna have that up for 3 more minutes. So make sure you voted. Make sure y'all voted. And also, what do y'all want to do for tomorrow? You want me to go live post game? What y'all want me to do? What y'all want? Cause I've been GG for like 5 days. So gotta give y'all guys what y'all want. So what y'all thinking? Man, the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs, man. Me also too. See here. I was looking for some guys. I'm sorry. But let that go for another minute. I'll probably also close out too. We'll see, because there's a lot of stuff to talk about. What y'all want? Y'all want me to structure that in the video? What y'all want? There's a lot of stuff to talk about regarding it truly is a lot of stuff to talk about regarding the Cavs. Kenneth Smith, I have no vote. I need to see if what I think is right with that. Oh yeah, I don't have no problem with that, Kenneth. I actually agree with that, honestly. I think that's fair, actually. I think that's fair. That would be a great another caveat option, just to say, do y'all think it's too early to judge what the Cleveland Cavaliers need at this moment? Even though you probably see a lot of people on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and etc. saying that the Cleveland Cavaliers need to make a move now, especially in terms for signing, like the buyout market and such. I don't know. I'm just not that skeptical when it comes to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't know. Like maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just not seeing what y'all seeing. Maybe I'm just blind. But I've watched some of these Cavs games like twice, and I still just don't see what y'all see. I just don't see why it's like I don't see that it's I don't think it's no time to panic. And of course, like I said, I will close. I will end poll. I will end poll. That was great, guys. Now I actually want to make another poll. Want to make another poll, and this one is gonna be. This poll is gonna be. Should we trade Cedi Osman? And I'm actually curious because I'm just curious to what y'all think about this. Should we trade Cedi Osman? And also, is there any questions y'all would like to ask me? Because I know Kenny Smith asked me earlier, do I dislike Colin Sexton? Which I just disagree. I just don't think that's true. I think I'm critical. Don't get me wrong. I have to be transparent. But is there any question y'all want to ask me though? I'm all ears right now. All ears. And that was actually a really great question from Kenneth too to ask me that too. But I like the confidence in that. Like, don't get me wrong, because I know some people be like, "Oh, you're gonna ask me that question? No." It's okay. It's okay. I mean, shoot, you didn't. I mean, because based off what you probably see, I probably do look like a Colin Sexton hater. I probably do look like somebody who just that wouldn't give Colin Sexton a chance. I just don't agree. Like I do want to see Colin Sexton on the floor. Actually, I think we really need Colin Sexton right now. Actually, we could desperately use Colin Sexton. And personally, I wouldn't want to rush him if he's not truly healthy, but I would not mind the Cleveland Cavaliers trying to get him on the floor. But that's my personal opinion on that, though. But any question y'all would like to ask me? Any questions y'all would like to ask me regarding my channel, my views, anything. Anything. It's got anything. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We're trying to hit that 2,000. Trying to hit that 2K. Also, too, I'm going to have videos out for sure. Saturday, Monday. And also, potentially, I will go live post Cavs game against the Philadelphia 76ers tomorrow night. So I will see y'all sooner than later. So, any questions, anything. See, looks like there's no questions. That's crazy. I'm really shocked, actually. I'm shocked. Personally, I am shocked. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's see. Good content, have life. Good content, have life to do. Have a great night. Kenneth. Oh, you couldn't have said that any better. You also have a good night, Brody. Stay safe out there. Trust me, I understand that for completely. So, if it's not anything else or any questions to be asked, I guess we would close quite shortly then, guys. This was dope. This was dope. All right. Y'all have a safe night, y'all. Y'all be safe out here. Can't wait to talk about the Cavs tomorrow night.